Hey y'all, what's up? Nothing exciting today, but I wanted to do something a little different. So I haven't been really staying in shape as good as I should as far as the backpacking goes. And I'm not at like some big backpacker destination here. I'm actually on public hunting ground. This is Temple Island. This is part of the Bayou Meto Wildlife Management Area, and they call it Temple Island. It's obviously not an island, it's landlocked, but there's this levee here, and it's like 3.5 miles around, and the idea is they have this levee around these woods so that they can flood it in the winter for duck hunting. But they haven't flooded it in several years because they started killing a lot of the trees. But anyway, nobody here today, nobody hunting. Hopefully I don't get shot, therefore. And yeah, it's flat, but it's 3.5 miles. I'll start right there, and I'll come out right there. All right, so this is levee. This is what I'm walking down. And this is Temple Island. Now this is flooded just from rain, but they could flood it by pumping water in here too. But this is how they drain it. They have the valve, and there's a tile that goes under the levee and dumps into this ditch, and drain it like that. Some kind of a beaver slide, actually. It grows, you can see where they've been scooting across the levee there. I guess that's beavers. Yeah, you can kind of see the two sets of tracks. And then that's a levee, and on the other side of that there's a ditch that runs way up there. And so at some point there will be a bridge from this levee that will go over this ditch here, and I will be able to get onto that levee, which I'm not going to do today, but I can take that like 10 miles that way to a really not much traveled road and come out at a whole nother section of the Bayou Meto hunting area. That would be lower value, I think. All right, I think maybe I was mistaken on the levee situation. Let me show you here. I said it was a bridge would cross over to get to that levee and go down the Valure, but now there's no bridge here, and I see this ditch. I forgot about this ditch. So I think somewhere down that way, the way I'm going, there will be a bridge across this, and I will trek through the woods and meet up with this levee and take it down. I'm not sure. I've got to go back and look at the maps. I'm getting sidetracked. This has nothing to do with what I'm doing today, but this is a trail that I do want to complete and take it all the way down to there. So yeah, I gotta figure it out. Anyway, so I wasn't gonna do this trail today. I was gonna drive all the way to Little Rock and do Pinnacle so I could go up the mountain and everything. Like I said before, I am training. I've got my pack on with stuff in it, like as if I were gonna do a 2 or 3 day backpack trip. So there's a decent amount of weight in here. Feels good. So I'm trying to go into this year with better condition my body to the backpack, because that is a thing. The way it wears, the way it makes your shoulders feel, your back feel. And Pinnacle would have definitely been a better workout for it. And I didn't want to drive all that way. And this is good and work my way into it slow. Now this is all flat, so the one thing that I won't get, other than working my legs going up the hill and stuff, I wouldn't bring my trekking poles, because I usually use those going up and down the hills, and that's what Pinnacle's really good for. And something I noticed on my last hike, I've noticed it on all of them really, is my arms are never conditioned enough for the trekking pose. Sounds kind of stupid, but it's a real thing for me. My arms hurt for the first day or two. So anyway, I'm out here. This is just an old access road, but I forget how nice and pretty it is. It's pretty peaceful. This is not a walking trail, so I have hardly ever seen anybody on this road unless it was a hunter that came out of the woods here and was just taking the levee back to the parking lot. So this is the bridge that I'm hunting for, I think. These bridges are not my favorite. They're a little wobbly. Yeah, so that looks like a four-wheeler trail or whatever, but I don't guess it would matter. You could just walk parallel with this ditch up there until you got to the levee that it intersects into, but then you could probably just go at a 45 here and you would eventually hit the levee, assuming that these woods were dry, and right now they look pretty dry. So part of what I'm not able to catch on this, I wish I could show y'all, is like every minute or two, I'm scaring up these bunches of ducks, wood ducks, mallards, stuff like that, and they're flying right across the trail in front of me sometimes. I'm just too slow to get the camera out and capture it. But it's really neat to see them back in here. They're kind of resting. Nobody's hunting this because it's not that great of hunting right now. There's not enough water. But the ducks are back here chilling. It's pretty cool. All right, back to the parking lot. A little 3.5 mile trail. Thought I'd show y'all that and more or less talk about a little of what's on my mind, which I didn't really do. But what has been on my mind a lot here lately is a trip that I took to New Mexico last September, I think it was, and I didn't make the whole trail. A lot of that had to do, most of it had to do with altitude, elevation, but it might have been a little less worse if I had have been in better condition. So this year, I think I'm gonna make it a point to get in better shape with the backpack And honestly, I don't think I'll be satisfied until I go back and try that trail or another trail sort of at that skill level or that fitness level and complete it. And you know, people have said to me, you didn't fail. You know, there's some things that you can't train for, and it's not really about the physical part of it, but I had intended to be out in the woods and that scenery for like 5 days. It's a bit of therapy to me, and I didn't finish it, so it's still hot on my mind, just like it happened yesterday. So I might be out in the woods a lot more this year with that in mind. Anyway, hope y'all like that. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all be good. Bye.